בשעה טובה ומוצלחת. We're starting פרק כ"ד. Yes, like I said, is the last perek of the second portion of Mishlei. As we said, Mishlei is broken into three segments, three portions. Yes, so this is the end of the second portion. Be'ezrat Hashem. פסוק א', אל תקנא באנשי רעה. Don't be jealous, don't envy, yes, the people that behave bad, the wicked people. ואל תתאב להיות איתם, and don't desire to be with them, to hang out with them. The Gaon says, and then we'll get to your question, Brian, in a second once we say the Gaon, because you had a question last show that we didn't hear because I cut you short. כלומר, he says like this, אל תקנא באנשי רעה, do not envy the success, the הצלחה, yes, of wicked people. Especially when you see them, that they are very successful. And you see a level of success that's beyond the norm. Yes? Like they're doing amazing. Yes? You have some of these unicorns of people that they met this way. They don't really behave al pi derech haTorah. Yes? Even sometimes the opposite. But they're super successful. And it's very easy to fall for the Yetzer Hara and say, look, they don't do nothing. And look how successful they are. And me, I break my head, I put tefillin, I do kippah, and it's not the same success level. There's no success. Yes.
Success measured materially?
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
Yes. ואל תתאב להיות איתם. It says, do not desire to be amongst them. It says the gun. What does that mean? Meaning, although you're going to say, you know what, I'm not going to do like them. I'm not going to behave like them. They behave bad. But you know what? Let me just hang out with them. Like somebody told me 2 days ago. Yes? He told me he's going to Monaco for the Grand Prix. There's a big event in Monaco every year. He's going now. I said, but what are you going to go? What do you mean? I'm invited in this huge yacht. He's like, okay, there's going to be a lot of bad things are going on. I'm not going to look. I do my thing. You know? I said, but why? Why would you be exposed to this pritzut, to this woman, to balagan? Shabbat is not Shabbat. Ma אתה עושה there? What do you do there? He told me, listen, you're amongst billionaires. You know? Things happen when you're amongst billionaires. You need to be around these people. It's good for business. Okay? Mamash, I'm going to bring it there after the show. I'm going to send him that Gaon Mivilna. Because the Gaon, it comes to Shlomo, I said, do not say, you know, I'm not going to behave like them, but I want to be around these people. They're successful people. It's okay to be around successful people, even if they're wicked people. Says the Gaon, arhek mipetach betam. Never go as far as you can from the door of their house. Yes? Don't get close to these people. Why? Okay, your question, Brian.
Keep going, please.
Why are they so dangerous? First of all, we understand the Yetzer Hara. It's pashut, right? It's very simple. You see somebody successful, you want to say he's doing something right? Says the Gaon, no. Says Shlomo, be careful, right? Because these people, kishod yehege libam, their heart, yes, their interest, their focus is focused on what? On shod. Shod is to violently take something from someone without any scruple, without any feelings. Like you go and you scarf somebody from somebody else, and it doesn't matter what the damage that you've caused along the way. Ve'amal siftehem tedaberna, and their lips always talk about how they are focused and they are busy, yes, acquiring what they want to acquire. Like it's all about, yes, all they talk about is what they need to acquire next. So says the Gaon like this. What's the difference between amal and shod? Shod is to, like we say, is to take violently. Yes? Then you go and you take something from someone in the daylight, and you don't care about the person. It's a total emotional and moral disconnect and 100% focus on what you want to take without caring about who what happens to what you take, what you want from the person. That's shod. So kishod yehege libam says these people that are wicked and have an extraordinary success is because their heart is constantly focused on how do I take without ever considering what happens to the other, to the market. Doesn't matter. ולחשוב תחבולות, and now they're busy, yes, putting strategies in place. How am I going to get this done? Yes.
But if I don't get it wrong, you're making a statement that if they are not in the path of the Torah, they are weak. Couldn't it be that they are extra successful and they are good people?
Yes, they can. But we're talking about people that are wicked. We're talking about the Rashana. We're not talking about somebody that's good and that's super successful.
And how do you know?
The person knows. How do you know? You see a person. You see a person's behavior. What do you mean? You want me to bring you examples? I can bring
No,
you
no.
examples, okay, of people that they behave like reshaim, okay. All they do is adultery, and they don't care about Shabbat, and they don't care about nothing, and they don't eat kosher, and yeah, maybe they give tzedakah. That's that in order to cover their own their own conscience. Yes, and they have zero morality when it comes to business. Yes, and yes, and then they are super successful.
But if they don't keep Shabbat, kosher, etc., they fall in the bucket of wicked.
Oh, yes, yes. Maybe in the less of the worst category of wicked. That's
Okay.
not me that's saying. It's Shlomo HaMelech says that. It's the Gaon. אני יכול לעשות. Yes, yes, yes. Now you have people. One second. You have people that are not Shomrei Shabbat. They're not Shomrei Kasher because they grew up like amongst the goyim. They don't know better. Okay, and they're already late into their lives. It's very hard for them to change, and they don't really have the right influence. We're not talking about these people. These are not.
Okay.
These are tinokot nishba. These are people that were lost along the way amongst the goyim. Yes, and it's like a child that was subjected, whatever it's called, kidnapped, yes, and grew up amongst the goyim. He doesn't know better. He doesn't know better. We're not talking about that. We're talking about people that grew in with the proper access or inaccess to Torah, yes, and chose to go the other way, and chose to live their life and behave a certain way, yes, and were granted this extraordinary success. Okay, these people, that's what you have to, you should know that if they reached that level of wealth and success is because they behave a certain way. Say that. So he says, for number one, in their heart, all their motivation is what? Is how do I get to what I want to take? I don't care about what happens to you. What I care about is how I'm taking what I want to take from you. Say that. That's what brews in the heart of the person. Amal, right? That's the second part of the pasuk. Ve'amal siftehem tedaberna. Okay. Ve'amal. This is dibur, the speech. Dainu. That in person. This is very interesting. When you speak to people, yes, you can hear what people think, what they think about others. Yes, they speak lashon hara, they speak letov, they don't speak. Yes, yeah. Says the Gaon. Yes, if you listen to these people, you will hear in the subject of discussions that they choose to have and what they say and how they express themselves. Yes, they always talk about gezel. It might not be a blunt way of doing gezel, but it's all about how do I outsmart? How do I get, you know? And this you can see in the way they drive, in the way they conduct themselves, or when they have to wait online, when they have to buy tickets to get to somewhere. You have. Yeah, I'm not saying that you cannot be smarter than the system, but when all you're doing is to outsmart, yes, and you don't care about the collateral damage of the outcome of what's going on around you, yes, that shows. For example, if you drive, yes, and you cut everybody on the line, and then you cut, and you cross the red light, it shows what you have in your mind. Like you couldn't care less about anybody else. You don't care to make an accident, maybe a potential car accident. Yes. Why? Just because you need to get on time to wherever you need to get to, or just you don't want to wait. You have ADD and you don't want to wait. Say that. Okay. So says the Gaon Vilna. Yes. These two traits, these two types of behavior, bring a person to behave a certain way. So you have the behavior, which is the action. You have the mahshava, the lev, eh? And then you have the mahshava, and you have the dibur. Okay, so you have mahshava, dibur, maase. Yes, when all three are aligned, action, speech, and thought. When they're all three aligned, then they all point in the same direction. Then be careful and run away from these people, and don't get fooled by their success. Good. Good. Pasuk Gimel. Instead, says the Shlomo HaMelech, "Bechokma yibane bayit." A whole house is built on wisdom. Ubidvunat yitkonen, and it's established on tvuna, on understanding. So we have the chokma and we have the tevuna. We have the binyan, yes, the building, and we have the establishment. Okay, the tochen, the itkonenut. Okay. Says the Gaon like this. בחוכמה ייבנה בית, says בחוכמה, through the mitzvot aseh a person does. Yibane bait. You build yourself through your chokhmah and the application of your chokhmah to do mitzvot aseh, proactive actions, proactive mitzvot. That's how you build, right? You build with proactivity. But how do you establish something to stay, to make sure it doesn't break? An establishment is an operation that has been built and is operational and active throughout a period of time. That's an establishment, meaning it didn't close. That's an establishment, right? And so how do you create a bulletproof, yes, operation that goes through time and turbulence and doesn't get taken down? Says the Gaon, that's al yedei the miniot of lo ta'aseh. When you protect yourself from, when you refrain yourself from doing mitzvot lo ta'aseh, which are destructive, then that's how you reinforce, yes, the building to stay and to last. I mean, when you build yourself, you build yourself with mitzvot aseh and mitzvot lo ta'aseh. The aseh is what keeps you going and build yourself. And when you refrain yourself from doing lo ta'aseh, yes, that's how you protect, yes, what you are building through your mitzvot aseh.
Sorry, Michela, Rabbi, you said we build through mitzvot aseh, but we establish through.
Yes, establishment meaning protecting what you've built through the refraining of doing lo ta'aseh. So by not doing averot, you create a shield of protection that comes and protects your mitzvot aseh that you do. Yes, so the aseh builds, and the lo ta'aseh and protecting and refraining yourself from doing lo ta'aseh protects. Is a shmirah. כן? until that good? פסוק ד' ובדעת הדרים ימלאו, with da'at, with da'at, rooms get filled up. Kol, with what? Kol hon yekar v'naim, with precious, beautiful, and pleasant things. Here the Gaon, interestingly enough, doesn't have any pirush based on the pshat, only al pi Kabbalah, to say that basically, how do you basically pashut, when you build yourself with chokhmah and tevuna, we know what tevuna is, right? The tevuna, we said already, is overlaps between the chokhmah and the bina, but its roots, it's from the bina, right? It's to crystallize the chokhmah that you receive, how you received it, and not the way you see it. Yes, and in the bina, the tevuna of the bina is the ability. Yes, is the ability to break down the information that was given to you through your own lenses. Yes, that's the tevuna. Okay, the bina is the breakdown. Yes, but how you break it down and how you organize it, how you master that information while you break it down, that's the tevuna. Okay, so the chokhmah builds and the tevuna protects. When you use your tevuna, yes, you take a situation, you analyze it, you organize it, yes, you compartmentalize different factors, and you now have a better outlook and vision of the situation. So now you have the ability to understand what is a danger and what is not, what is productive and what is not, what is influential and what is not, right? So all this it happens through the tevuna. And that's how, says Shlomo HaMelech, that's how, with now the da'at, so we have the chokhmah, the bina in pasuk gimel, ubeda'at, and by the application, right, of the assessment of the tevuna, that's how you now engage and make decisions. Yes, you apply the application of the assessment of your chokhmah is the da'at, and how to apply it. That's how you fill up rooms with beautiful, valuable, and sweet things. That's it. So we have the Chokhmah, Bina, and Da'at. Says the Gaon like this. I'm going to touch a little bit of Yesodot in Torah Tasod, just, but nothing, we're not going into it too much, but just to understand. The Gaon creates a parallelism between Hon, Yekar, and Naim. Hon, Yakar, Naim. And Chokhmah, Bina, Da'at. With Torah Shebichtav, כן? תורה שבעל פה, סודות התורה. That we spoke about. Okay? We spoke about the three. Okay. I'm going to go slowly. We have in the body 3 organs that are the vessel that receive the orot of Hashem. And I'll explain. Three main organs. And from these organs, then it goes out. We start with the kaved. The kaved is the liver. The liver is the Mishkan, is where resides what is called the nefesh. Okay? The liver is where all the blood concentrates and is dirty, and that from that blood, it filters that blood and sends it to the inside, to the body, to the muscles, to the skin, etc. But it's a dirty blood. It's not a refined blood. That's the nefesh. Yes, the liver is what keeps the circulation of the blood going and the filter of the blood. Okay. Then we have the ruach. The ruach resides in the heart. That's already what? That's already a higher level of spiritual presence within the person. Yes, and the ruach is, as we know, is the emotions, the midot, versus the kaved, which is very animalistic. Yes, and the ruach is in the heart. What does the heart do? It takes all the blood that is sent from the kaved, from the liver, and pumps it and filters it again, and sends that blood into where? Into the vridim, into the veins. Yes, and that blood is much more filtered and purer and cleaner than the blood that you will find in the muscles, for example. This is why when we need to do a blood test, we don't go to draw blood from the muscle. We draw blood from where? From the vein, because there flows the blood that was pumped by the heart, yes, cleaned and sent into the veins. That's the ruach. The ruach is in the heart, and then we have the neshama that resides in the moach, in the brain. Yes, the blood goes through the blood barrier, the blood-brain barrier, and it gets filtered even more. It's called the white blood, kiviyachol, which is the blood that circulates inside the brain, which is the thinnest, the purest. Yes, and that's what feeds. That's what feeds all the brain. Nefesh, ruach, neshama. Okay. So the kaved is in the nefesh is in the kaved, right? The ruach is in the heart, and the moach is in the and the neshama is in the moach. 3 kelim. Each keli, nefesh, ruach, and neshama, right, have in it eser sfirot, right? Have in it an entire ecosystem of the sfirot, right? Whether they're igulim, whether they are beyosher, but every bchina has its own ecosystem, which means that in every in the nefesh, in the ruach and the neshama, you will find mohin. You're going to find chokhmah, bina, and da'at in it, in every one of them, right? So we have shalosh, nefesh, ruach, neshama, that have in it shalosh mohin, chokhmah, bina, v'da'at, chokhmah, bina, v'da'at, chokhmah, bina, v'da'at. Okay. So we have the mohin of the nefesh, the mohin of the ruach, and the mohin of the neshama. Now the da'at itself, yes, is the consortium of the chokhmah, the bina, and itself the da'at. Right? So in the da'at you have all three. You have chokhmah, bina, and da'at. So within the da'at you have the consortium of the mohin. Yes, so you have the da'at of the nefesh, which is the consortium of the Mohin of Nefesh. You have the Da'at of the Ruach, consortium of the Mohim of the Ruach, and the Da'at of the Neshama, which is the consortium of the Mohin of the Neshama. Good? Okay. We have also 3 Torot. We have Torah Shebichtav, Torah Shebe'al Peh, Sodot HaTorah. Torah Shebichtav is the Kaved. Torah Shebe'al Peh, it's the heart. And the Sodot HaTorah is the Neshama. Good? Okay, so you have Mohin from the Nefesh, which help you focus on the Torah Shebichtav. You have Mohin of the Ruach, which allows you, yes, to learn Torah Shebe'al Peh. And you have Mohin of the Neshama that allows you to learn Sodot HaTorah. 3 Torot. Torah Shebichtav, Torah Shebe'al Peh, Sodot HaTorah. Good?
That means that when we study Torah Pashut, we are using the Kaved, the Mohim of the Kaved.
Yes.
We are not using the brain.
No. Vaday that you're using the brain. You are using the brain that is expressed through the Kaved, in the Nefesh.
Okay.
Vaday it's the brain. Okay? When we talk about Mohin, right, we're talking about the Moach, the Chokhmah Bina Vadat, that shines all the way from Adam Kadmon all the way to the Nefesh. Okay? Meaning you have Nefesh, Ruach, Neshama, Haya, Yehida. Right? So it flows all the way down, yes, to the Nefesh. But it's just, at the end it's the Mohin, even the Moach of the Neshama, yes, it's Vaday, it's Mohin that come from the Yehida, from the Yechaya and the Yehida.
But the energy is from the Kaved.
Biduk. It resides in the Kaved.
Resides in the Kaved.
That's right. So then we have, comes Shlomo HaMelech, says the Gaon, and addresses Naim, Hon Yakar v'Naim. Okay? נכון? Hon Yakar v'Naim. Hon says the Gaon is referred to what we've seen in Perek Kaf, that a man has 3 types of acquisitions, okay, of commodities. He has the gold, if you remember, and with the gold he buys, he sells, yes, and then he has precious stones which he keeps for his own wealth, yes. That's how he determines his wealth, because he buys very precious big stones, and then kelim, the tools that he will buy in order to interact and do whatever he needs to do, right? So the gold is to fit himself, and it's the commodity that he will use to transact. The precious stones, building his wealth, yes, and the kelim, the very beautiful kelim, is how he lives his life, yes. בסדר? Okay. Hon says the Gaon is compared to the Zahav that we spoke in Perek Kaf. Okay? Naim is the precious stones, and Yakar is the Kelim. The Hon, which is the gold, says the Gaon, has again in it all 3. Meaning with the gold, you can buy precious stones. How do you get to the precious stone? By buying a lot of gold. Eventually, you translate the gold into a precious stone. right? And with the gold, you buy kelim, you buy utensils that you use, right? So, which one basically wraps up all three? It's the gold, just like the da'at. The da'at, yes, covers all of them, yes, and the da'at is what? Is the practical expression of the chokhmah of the binah. Practicality, the practice is what? Torah shebichtav. That's the hon. So the Torah shebichtav is compared to the zahav and to the da'at. Then we have yekar v'na'im. Okay. Now, the na'im, right? He says rav peninim, his precious stones. What are the precious stones? Okay. He says that's the the sodot Torah, the peninim, right? The secrets of the Torah that you keep. So the zahav we said is what? It's Torah shebichtav, right? Which means what? It's the nefesh. We have Rav Peninim. Yes. We said it's what? It's the neshama. It's the moach. Okay. And then we have keli, the application, right? Is what you use the Torah shebe'al peh. Yes. It's how do you use your Torah shebichtav? How do you apply it? Yes. How do you learn it? That's the ruach. Okay. And that's the lev. So says the Gaon Midina, yes, if you now take all three, so there's three avodah. There's the avodah that is from the nefesh, Torah shebichtav, yes, a commodity that you use to buy and sell, yes, which is the da'at. Then you have the lev, which is the ruach, Torah shebe'al peh, yes, the ruach. Which is what we said is the kelim, and then you have the chokhmah, which is the neshama in the moach, and that are peninim yekarim, right? Very very precious stones. Says the Gaon, when you align all three, meaning when you take the hon, you take the yakar, and you take the kli, right? So, hon, yakar, v'naim. You take all three, hon, yakar, naim. It's gematria Israel. This is how you elevate yourself to a madriga of Israel. כן, דהיינו ישראל, כי שרית עם אלוקים ועם האדם ותוכל. This is how you protect yourself and you fight the יצר הרע ועשיו, which is essentially the expression, yes, in that person that is wicked and see all this haslacha. Says the guy, because all the haslacha that he has, the yetzer hara, took the guy, uses him now as a case study, will make him super wealthy, super successful, so that through him he can attract a lot of people. So essentially, when you see a person like this, you are fighting the Serara of Esav. You are Israel fighting the Yetzirah. Says Shlomo HaMelech, the Gaon teaches us, you need to build your nefesh, your ruach, and your neshama, your kaved, your lev, and your moach, Torah shebichtav, Torah shebe'al peh, sodot HaTorah, in order to become Israel and win the war against the Yetzirah, win the war against the Satan Shel Esav, that is expressed in the behavior of that person. Now, let's be very careful. Yes, when we say that the Yetzer Hara expresses himself through the behavior of that person, yes, that doesn't mean that he took that person and put it in a robot mode and does whatever he wants with it. Yes, it's what you see in that person. It's through you, through the eyes of the person that sees that in that guy, right? Good. So basically, the Yetzer Hara is in your eyes by seeing all this in the behavior of the person. The person, whether the person can definitely do teshuvah, and we're not here to judge the wicked. Yes, Hakadosh Baruch Hu handles that, and that person will do his own teshuvah at the proper due time. But the fact that you're excited and you can be incentivized by this behavior, that's the Yetzer Hara. So that's how the person takes the Yitzhak takes that person and mitlabesh through his behavior to become your Yitzhak. So says Shlomo HaMelech, says the Gaon, you need to rise. Yes? From what? From the kaved, the lev, and the moach, to become melech, moach, lev, kaved, otiot, melech. Yes? Now you are a king that rules over the Yetzer Hara in order not to be excited and and influenced by what you see and create all types of questions and hirurim and balagan in yourself that can chaz v'chalila take you down. We're good.
Super. But so essentially, most, or at least me, that we don't know Sodot Torah, we are in a big weakness because most of the Israel people we don't know.
Well, when we talk about Sodot, first of all, when you learn Gemara, there are Sodot Torah also. Yes, in the Torah, Kadosh Baruch Hu blended everything in the Gemara. The Chachamim
Okay.
blended everything. They blended Torah Shebechtav, Torah Shebe'al Peh, and Sodot Torah. There's not one daf of Gemara that doesn't have Sodot. It's just that you don't
Wow.
relate to it. But the good news is that Sodot Torah, even if you don't understand it, your neshama does understand it.
Okay. Just
And
by
Does
reading it and seeing.
understand it, you said?
your neshama does. Even you,
Your
as a person, you don't understand. Your neshama does understand it. Vadai that there's a mitzvah to learn it. There's a mitzvah to reach to connect to it at your own level. Yes, you have to thrive together. You have to aspire to learn it and understand it. Yes, but you are definitely under the influence of the Sodot Torah just by learning, for example, Gemara. That's why also we spoke about many times, in the past about Chok Israel, right? That's what it does. It triggers different aspects of your mohin, of your essence. That's why there's the Tanakh, there's Musar, there's Zohar. So Chachamim tried to put together and compile together a certain avodah that will highlight and shine the orot of different Chelkei Torah into your essence, so that they can be infused with the proper light needed in order for you to awake that Israel that's within you and build the strength needed and clarity needed to fight the Yetzer Hara of Esav, which is, like we said, that yes, that Yetzer Hara.
And Mishle too, because we are doing Sodot.
ודאי משלי אז תורה, ודאי תורה שבכתב, תורה שבעל פה, סודות התורה, מוסר, ודאי, that's for sure. טוב, okay, נעמוד כאן. It was a little bit of a heavy one, I'm sorry. There's one thing that I didn't touch, which is incredible, you know, it's just amazing.
Thank you, Rabbi.
Because yesterday I spoke about Hevel, the secret of Hevel, of the breath that comes out, and where does it come? Al pi Kabbalah. Now, Hevel is not a real subject that you talk about so much. You understand? Like who speaks about the breath of a person? Okay, happens to be that yesterday I gave a show on Hevel and Cain and Hevel, and I spoke about what the Ramban says. The Ramban alludes to a secret of Al pi Kabbalah, and I opened it up. Yes, and I gave a show. A portion of the show was on it, and the Gaon revealed now this pasuk. Yes, tells us that the nefesh, ruach, and neshama, right, is the hevel. That's what builds the hevel of the tzaddik. That's what that builds the breath of the tzaddik. Yes. So in the breath of the tzaddik, you have that alignment, right, of nefesh, ruach, and neshama. And if you go to, I don't want to bore you with this, but if you listen to the shiur on the first shiur on Kain and Hevel that I gave, you will have there the sod of the Hevel, and you'll understand, right, how all this builds up, and aligns with what we said.
I put it in the group.
Thanks, Andy.
Oh yeah, oh you put it. Oh, you already.
He put it already.
Okay.
Yes.
So to have another level of flavor in because to give you the akdama is going to take me at least 20 to 20 minutes, and maybe more, just to go through the concept of heaven. But Ken, okay,
And then they go deeper. The Gaon de Vilna goes deeper and deeper into this concept.
No, he adds one sentence that is extremely deep once you open it.
Okay.
Yes, he aligns the sword of Israel, the Pe, Kavbet Otiot, Hevel. And Lev Netivot HaChochma. How does the Lev, right, which is Lev Netivot HaChochma, with the Pe Shel Tzadik, the Hevel, the breath of the Tzadik, which is the Pe, yes, connects with the Tzadik himself, with the Moach. So you have Kaved, okay, anyway, Lev and Moach.
Incredible.
Top.
Baruch Hashem, beautiful. Thank you.
Yes, so we just finished Pasuk Dalet.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Have a good
Rabbi.
day, everybody.